Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Sunny, your host. So this is going to be another quick start video, and here we are going to explore a new Python package which is called as Chainlit. So before we jump into that, what Chainlit is going to help into. So let me tell you what is the problem that as a data scientist we face. If you have ever used Streamlit app for developing your data science based applications, at least for the demo purpose, right? And for the initial user interface that you want to create, simple user interface, just to show the demo. So you know that how easy it is, right? Since these large language models, when it started coming into the market, so people started building application around them. Okay, and we have seen that how good ChatGPT looks, how good Bing Chat looks. The user interface is so good, right? So as a data scientist myself, whenever I want to present my app to someone, so I want to have a beautiful user interface, like at least the minimalist one. Right? No, if it is not that fancy, still it should be a working chatbot kind of user interface. So here, Chainlit helps us a lot, right? Within a minutes, you can have a user interface like that, and you can simply plug and play your logic into that so that it will behave the way you want. So similar stuff we are going to do it here. So in this video, I'm going to create online food delivery chatbot, which will interact with the user through the Chainlit user interface, and it will try to take the order, the address and contact, and then it will just place an order for you. Okay. So here in this video, you are going to learn about Chainlit, obviously. Then you are also going to see that, okay, how proper prompt can help us to give the desired result. And you will also going to see that use of system instructions. Okay, if you provide a proper instruction to the system, then how your entire chatbot will behave. Okay, so you will also see that, and you will also find out that how easy it is to use this Chainlit app. Okay, just like Streamlit. So if I have to describe it in one line, so I will say it's nothing but it's a Streamlit for large language model based application development. Okay, so let's not wait much, and let's jump into the tutorial.
So let's start the project. So right now here we have the repository, which is with the bare minimum requirements, okay, which is all the starting files we have right now. So let's clone this repository first in locally. So I will use git clone and then the GitHub URL for my repository, and let's clone this. Now let's cd to this repository. So now let's open VS Code here by typing code space dot. It will open the repository in this VS Code. Okay, so let me explain quickly what we have right now. So we have README file, which is like it's very simple. Like it's about the basics about this application. This is written here. Then we have the requirements. So in the requirements, Chainlit is a requirement for us, and then OpenAI. Apart from that, these are the default requirements that I always have. Python.n for loading the environment variables, and .m template I created here, which you can copy and paste here, and you can rename this to .env only. Okay, so this will become a secret file for us because it is already ignored by this git ignore file. Okay, so now you can replace your key here and it will be utilized for building this application, okay, or for communicating with the OpenAI. And now we have this init setup.sh, which will simply create a 3.9 Python 3.9 conda environment, and then it will activate it and it will install the requirements. Okay, so this is a basic setup that we normally have, like in all of my previous videos also you can check. And if you need more details, I have a video for that. Okay, so that's it for now. Let's open the terminal by, you can just go to here and open the new terminal. So I prefer using git bash because it allows me to run some Linux-like commands. Okay, so let's run here bash and then init setup.sh. So it will simply start creating the conda environment and it will install the packages that we have in the requirements.txt. So till the time it is getting installed, let me show you the documentation of Chainlit. So here I have already mentioned in the README, so you can even click that link and you can go to the overview section. So what is Chainlit? It's nothing but it's an open source Python. It's just like Streamlit, okay? Streamlit, you remember, right? So all the like data scientists, most of them are not very familiar with the front-end applications, right? Or front-end technologies. So it becomes an overhead for us, or we are normally dependent on others for that, for front-end engineers. So we don't like if you still want to develop your LLM apps, Okay, like you can see that previously I was using integration with Telegram and all just to showcase that okay how these LLM apps work. So right now Chainlit came and it is just, you will see that in a very few steps you will be able to run a ChatGPT-like interface. Okay, so that's the best part about it, and it's a very new library. It's just started, I think, in if you check its GitHub repository, you will find that it is around in May 14th, I guess. Okay, so last month only it got released, and so installation we are already doing, and if you check the code as well, so you just have to let's copy this code, and I will show you that okay how we can initialize it, right? So let me go back here. So here it is almost being installed. It is asking you to even select the environment for this repository. So I will just say that yes, I will select this environment, and also I will now create a new file here. Let's call this as app.py, and in this I will paste the starter code here. So what it will do is it will, you can see Chainlit, you can import as CL, and it provides some bunch of decorators. Okay, if you don't understand decorators, so I have another video for that. If you want, you can check that. So what it does is, like, let's say if you have this main function and you will receive messages. Okay, and right now this application, what it is doing, it is calling this message class, and it is passing the content as this message itself. Okay, by using this received. So what it is doing is nothing but it is just simply echoing the same message by adding this string to it. Okay, that's what it is doing. So let the installation finish, and once it is finished, then I will show you that okay how it will run. So let's wait for it. Okay, so installation is finished now, so we can activate our environment now. So before we run this app, let me show you some more commands. Like, first thing that you can try is chainlit, and then you can go for, let's say, init. When you write chainlit init, so it will initialize, it will create some files for you. So you can see it created .chainlit config.toml, which will have all the basic configuration about your project. Okay, so like name of the bot that you want to specify, okay, and all those basic setup. So let's leave it as it is as of now. Now let's try to run the app. So now what I will do, I will write chainlit run and then app.py. So if I run this, it will open the app in my default browser. So you can see it says that it is available at the local host. Okay, so it's open here. So you can see that it will open like this, and we have this starting message. Okay, and you can see that it is having some interface. You can write your message here. Let's say if I say hi there, so it says that received hi there. That is like it is echoing the same. So that's how it works, right? And you can even click on this readme. So whatever the message that you saw, brief initial message, so it is the same message here. And now you can see here, if you want to start a new chat, so you can even click on this new chat. It will just clear all this chat that you have, and it will, you can just click on confirm. So it will again return to the welcome screen. Now here you will see there's also an option to select the dark mode or light mode. So these are some basic setup that you already have. Like, it is like you can now ready to start just testing your application, right? Testing your LLM applications. So that's how easy it is, right? So now let's start building a simple Zomato bot, okay, which will take an order through our conversation. Okay, so let's start building that. Now I will close this. So we will use this as a starting point. Okay, and before we even begin, let me show you a few more things. So let's say right now we have this config.toml file in .chainlit. So let's change this to Zomato and call it as Zomato GPT, and rest you can leave it, or if you want to add your GitHub URL, so you can add that as well. So let me add that. Okay, so let's close this config, and when you started the first app, so you can see that it was showing you some welcome message. So that is normally present into Chainlit.md. So normally this is the welcome message that we get. Okay, and if you don't want this message, so you can update it. That is up to you. So since we are creating a food app, right? So what we can do is we can write our menu, let's say. Okay, so I have created a menu for us. It's generated by ChatGPT only. Let me paste it here. So you can see that it is welcome to Zomato bot, and hi there, sharing you today's special menu, and let me know what you'd like to order. So we have the pizza, then we have different kind of pasta and noodles and so on. So it's a very short menu as of now. So let's again try to run this app and let's see okay what you receive as a welcome message. So it will open again into your default browser. So you can see that it is now changed to welcome to Zomato bot, and it is mentioning the same thing. Okay, same menu. You can see it is right now. It's very straightforward, right? If you click on readme, so you will see the same message. And since we have added a GitHub URL, so you will see that if you click on this GitHub, so it will open the same GitHub URL for your app development, right? So let's say if you're demoing this to any client, and so you can have a very beautiful interface, very ready to use, right? So let's now go back to our app development. So let's commit this first of all. So basic Chainlit app, this is a message, and let's commit all this and sync it to the remote repository. Okay, so let's create a file here in a folder called as src. So I will call it as let's say LLM.py. So this will contain our large language model based like logics here, and then we will import into app.py. Okay, so for that I will import OpenAI, and I will define a function called as ask order bot. Okay, so let's call this name as ask order bot, and it will take messages. Okay, list of messages, and then it will take the model as GPT 3.5 turbo. Okay, and then temperature wise, temperature means like how much randomness you want or creativity you want to generate the outcomes. I will keep it as 0. Okay, I want a very accurate short responses. Okay, so I will keep this as a default for us, and then I will generate a response here by calling OpenAI chat model. So chat completion dot create, and I will pass this model and our messages and the temperature value, and then I will simply return the response. So response will be it will not be straightforward, it will be a JSON format. So I will just writing all those here content. Okay, so choice, then you need to go to the list, go to the 0th element, and then go to the message and then content. So this will return the content. Now what this messages means here. Okay, so let's go to the OpenAI's documentation quickly and I will show you. So let's go to platform openai.com and go to the documentation. So if you just scroll over to GPT here and then click on the chat completion API, so you will see that this chat completion API takes model and it takes the messages. So you can pass the system message that, okay, how this model should behave. Okay, so here it says that you are a helpful assistant. Then a user asks the first question here that who won the World Series in 2020, and then your response, assistant response should be like this. And so what we will do is we will accumulate messages like these. Okay, and we will first of all we will pass the system message where we will tell that, okay, how the robot should behave and how it should access the menu that we have created. So we will pass it on here. So that's why I ask that, okay, messages, right? So that's why I wrote messages here. Now if I just look at the response of this, so you can see that this will be the response. And so we went to choices, and then we should go to this list first value. So this will be the value here, and then inside that you should go to message, and then inside that message we should go to the content. So that will be our response, right? So that's why we have written like that. Okay, so let's go back again to our code base. So I should pass, before we pass this messages, so first message should be mostly, it should be a system message. Okay, and it actually tells through that actually you can control a lot. Okay, so let me write a system message here. So it will be, you should specify the role here. Role will be a system, and the content it should have is some system instruction. Okay, now system instructions are not defined here, so we will write the system instruction for us. So for that I will create another file here which is going to contain the instructions. So let's call this as a system config.py, and here I will simply write the system instruction. Okay, so I have already the system, I created a system instruction, so I will paste it here. So let me scroll over and show you that what it is. So it says that you are a Zomato order bot. an automated service to collect the orders for an online restaurant. You first greet the customer and collect the order, then ask if the pickup is delivery. If it is a pickup or delivery, then you wait for the entire order to be collected, summarize it, and then ask for the delivery address and so. And also you need to calculate in there before asking for a final payment. Okay, and then it says that the menu includes here is Zomato menu and this pizza, and these are the pizzas, type of pizza and the value that it has. Okay, that is the price of it. So these are the basic details that we have for this is a system message, system instruction for us, because this is a uh, order bot, right? And this is how it should perform. So that is we have already defined into our system instruction. Okay, so now what I will do is I will just simply call the system instruction here. So I will simply say that like from src dot sysconfig import system instruction. Okay, and the same system instruction is being used here. Okay, so this will be the messages. Sorry, it should be plural, right? Messages, right? So whenever we will we will inquire or we will ask the ChatGPT, so what we will do, we will keep on appending the our messages here in this. Okay, so now we have this setup done here. So we will just simply import this messages because it's an overall value that where we have to append, keep on appending, and we will simply import this ask order bot. So let's go to our app.py and we will import both of those. So I will simply say that from src.llm import ask order bot and the messages. Okay, so here we have imported and we will write our logic here. So first of all, we will append the message, that is incoming message from the user, and it should be in a specific format. So it will be role, and the role will be of a user, and the content it will have is message. Okay, and now what we will do, we will get the response from the our ask order bot. We will pass these messages. Okay, and now once we have got the response, so we should also append that response here, and this role will change to assistant. Okay, so let's again quickly just look into the OpenAI documentation. So you can see here system, user, and then assistant, that is your bot. System is like overall system, how it should behave. Okay, so this is how it will keep a track of all our previous conversation and context. So we'll keep on appending like that. Okay, and then we will send this message, the value of this response to here. Okay, not the message as it is. So let's send this response here to the front end, that is through the Chainlit. Okay, so I hope you have got the basic setup understanding here. Okay, now let's run our app. Okay, so for that so let's start our app. I will simply write chainlit run then app.py. So here we have, so you can see the welcome screen is there, like welcome to Zomato bot and so, and these are the menu that we have. Okay, so let me ask it some query. So let's say, hi, I am Sunny. Okay, so I think we made some mistake. Let's go back again quickly. And I think it should be in here. It should be, I think, choices, right? Yeah. So let's start the app again. Okay, so here we are. Now let's ask for it. Let's say, hi there, I am Sunny. So it's the response. Like you can see that it says welcome to Zomato because that's what we have provided as an as a system instruction. So it assumes that it is a Zomato bot. And now let's say if I write, I need something for lunch, what do you recommend? So it says that we have a variety of options, and what type of Q sign are you in mood of? So let's say I will go with Indian. So let's see the response. So yeah, you have here are some choices that we have. So it says these are the options. So let's say if I choose this one, let's add palak paneer paratha to the cart. So it says we could like again, would you like to add something else to the order? So I will say that, yeah, I need something to drink. What do you have? So if I ask that, so you say it's giving us the beverages, list of the beverages that we have in the, you can check here. So these are the beverages that it is recommending. So let's say if I go with the okay, add, let's say, Coke to the cart. Again, it is asking or confirming that is there everything for your order. Would you like to add anything? I will say that nope, that's all. Okay, so it is just again confirming, and just to confirm, you have ordered palak paneer paratha and a can of Coke. Is that correct? So I'll say that yes, that's all. Please deliver that to my address and at this address. Okay, let us. So let's run this. So it says, sure, we deliver order to this. Can you please confirm your phone number and email address for us to contact you if needed. So not generally it should not ask, but let's say if it is asking, so right now I will simply say sunny@gmail.com is my mail ID, and my number is okay. Thank you for providing this. Your order of this will be delivered, and your total bill is about this. Would you like to pay now or at the time of delivery? So I will say that I will pay. Okay, so that's it. So this looks absolutely fine, right? So with a very few line of codes, you can see that we were able to create something like this, and it's good. But you will see there is a mistake here. It is the total it says is around 13.49, but if you just see here, so what I order is a Coke, which is about $1.5, and here we have this. This is palak paneer, which is and paratha is $9.99. So it's around it should be around 11.49. So that's a mistake that it did. But overall, if you see that the conversation, it looks very natural. Okay, it looks like I'm talking to a human mostly, and obviously it made a mistake, so that can be corrected. So for that you can experiment with the like system instruction and all, and apart from that maybe you can choose some more advanced library, that is LangChain, which can help you to like with the help of agent you can actually maybe you can change that, or maybe you can keep a separate thing, like let's say you can keep like you can keep the menu as a JSON object, and price and the name of it as a separate value, and then you can write logic just to calculate on your own, so that it can give you a right information here, right? So that's all for this basic demo. So you can see that with a very few lines of code, we were able to create this amazing bot, right? And it's very natural and it's very good, right? So now let's say if you want to present this to someone, so it will be really easy, okay, to present this. And apart from that, let's say if you want to maybe this is your app, right? So where I've added this line of to this logic that I've written, right? And we are able to run this simple user interface. Now let's say if you want to connect it to some other user interface, which I will show you in some other video, and by using the same repository, I will just I will just use this, okay, because that is where our main core app work, right? Rest of things are just front end. So Chainlit makes it so easy, right? So what we can do is we can test our LLM apps very easily like this, and when at the time of final deployment, you can have your front end team, which will help us to definitely help us to engineer the front end part of it, and we can customize it, right? But for the initial development phase, it is really good app, Chainlit. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, right? And you will try to experiment and explore more about Chainlit here, okay? Because if you just check its documentation, so it is more than that. It has a more concept like chain of thought, playground, and so which we can cover in more some more next sessions for more detailed projects like this. Like right now, I just wanted to show you that, okay, just wanted to give you a quick start here, and you can build on top of it, and you can explore its documentation. It's still in a very early phase, but it is really great, okay? And you can definitely check the documentation. They have a lot of things here which you should explore, right? So that's all for this, and see you all in the next video. Till then, keep on learning and keep on exploring.